Alright, well, hello everyone. It's the next day since the previous video. These will probably be uploaded together, so I guess you wouldn't notice. So, anyway, this is part 2 of my Paladins Champions of the Realm, basically, guide to start off, because I want to start uploading this to the channel, and I figured you may as well know what it is if you don't know already. So, I promised in the last video that whenever I did another video, I would show you guys a little bit of a trick or two to help you get started with the game. So, if you decide to play it. Sorry. Anyhow, we have the three... Oh, hey Varnox, just give me a second, I'm recording something real quick. So what we have here is we have 3 different training modes here, along with the shooting range. Now, the training modes, you face off against AI bots, and sometimes you'll have players matched up with you on your team. And you can use these, actually, to farm experience and gold, which is something that I did not expect when I first started playing, and I found that it is extremely helpful, especially when you're trying to get used to a new champion, or you're trying to farm for their legendary cards before you take them into live play, or just to get warmed up before you go into an actual match. Now, if we take a look at the shooting range, there's a couple other things that I can show you. Alright, give it a second to load up. So in the shooting range, you can have access to all the champions along with any pre-made loadouts that way you can test characters without even having to buy them. So this is a good way to test and see how a champion runs and how a build might work, so you have a rough idea of what you want and what you might not want. Now, I'm going to pick Androxus here, just for the purpose of what I'm trying to do. Now, I'm going to pick my loadout. So here in the firing range, there are several things you can do. You can walk in here where this Fernando bot is, and you can step on this circle to summon 2 clones of Cassie. This is where you can test your healing on allies, or you can test damage resistances, or in the case of the reversal, I can just test that. So, you'll notice at the bottom right corner of my screen, you'll see a credit, a type of monetary point system, along with 4 slots. Now these slots are for the store. You reach the store by pressing the circle button. Now, when you're in the middle of a match, you will start with 400 points at the start. You can use points that you gain throughout the match through playing objectives and killing champions, and other various ways of earning points, to buy items, and items do a variety of things. The defensive ones, Illuminate lets you see stealth targets from further away, the ones that turn invisible like Sky and Strix. Resilience, basically anything that stuns you, tosses you around, or in any other way would just hinder your character. It reduces the effectiveness of that. And then you have Haven, pretty basic, reduces the damage of direct attacks, which is what most champions do. But if they use an explosive type attack, then Blast Shields is basically the same thing, but specifically for them. Then you have Utility. Master Riding makes your mount go faster. You get a mount at the start of the game to move quicker toward the objective. Then you have Morale Boost, which gives your ultimate faster charge speed. Nimble, which just increases movement speed, but is very useful in certain champions. And Chronos, which reduces the cooldown of all your powers. And then you have Healing. Kill to heal every time you get a kill or an elimination, which is an assist. Slaying is a kill. You get health. Life Rip, every time you deal damage, you get a certain percentage of that damage back as health. Rejuvenate increases the amount of healing by percentage based that you get from other healers and such. And then Veteran, which is the worst one, and you should never use this most likely. You get more health when you go out of combat. When you don't do any aggressive actions for a while, you'll go out of combat, and you'll start regenerating your health. That's your primary way of healing if no healers around. This just speeds that up. It's not very good. Then there's Bulldozer for offensive abilities. It increases damage to deployables, pets, and illusions, which only a couple characters have, so it's a very situational one, not usually worth it. Deft Hands increases the reload speed of your character, good on certain champs. Cauterize, probably the most powerful item in the shop. Reduces healing by level, by percentage, and at level 3 it basically makes healers almost useless, but it's only for 1.5 seconds after they get a hit. by a basic attack while someone has Cauterize on. So you got to keep that in mind. Then there's Wrecker. Big, powerful item here. Does extra damage to shields. Pretty basic and simple. So, and back to what I was saying about XP. There are certain ways you can farm the bots to... Well, it's actually pretty simple. Since the bots are not as good as normal players are on average, you can basically use that to farm a lot of points really quickly, especially if you play Siege, because Siege gives you a lot of points. So, you're rewarded based on having the most solo kills, which means you shot the guy first and damaged him, and every shot that hit the guy from full life to death was strictly because of you. And then you have, you know, multi-kills, then there's the most damage, of course, most healing, most shields if you're playing tanks or healers, and then there's like the best in class, which, depending on your game mode, the best in class is the person who basically did what their class is supposed to do the best. Like healers, obviously whoever healed the most, flanks, whoever had the most killing blows, damage, whoever did the most damage, and tanks, either the most shielding in TDM, or if it's an objective mode, spent the most time of the objective. Doing that, you can farm gold and experience at a really rapid rate. And also, buying the Battle Pass, which this game does have, in fact I'll show you right now. Buying the Battle Pass gives you a 50% bonus to your XP, character XP, and gold gain. And that's a crazy good boost. And it doesn't specifically say it, but according to what I've read online, that is the case, because I was confused why a friend of mine was getting extra XP than I was, and the only difference between us was he had the Battle Pass. So here's the current Battle Pass. As you can see, it's going to end in about a week. And as you go down the line, you can get gold, crystals, emotes, team boosters for Battle Pass XP, chests that can unlock certain things, certain emotes and stuff for characters, skin boosters, which will allow you to actually play with skins for one match for free, which is really nice if you want to see, hey, am I going to like this new skin before I buy it, or, you know, maybe I just, you know, want to play around with it, test a new skin or something. And then obviously crystals, which is what you use to buy things, so you can use it to make it to where you can get the next Battle Pass essentially for free if you collect your weeklies and keep collecting these as well. And then gold, so you can buy champions or level up your champions faster, or there are even certain skins which you can buy with gold, and all kinds of stuff. It goes up to tier 50, and then there are bonus rewards which you can only have access to if you have the Battle Pass itself. So the Battle Pass is definitely worth picking up in this game. There's a lot that it gives you, and it's really good for character grinding and other such things. Then you have the store. You know, you can just buy stuff and get certain packages and get, you know, items for your characters. Here's one of those skins for Khan that you can buy with gold or crystals, as you can see. Then you have redeem codes. I don't know what that's all about exactly. Here's the chests. Each chest is different. Each chest has different items in it, and as you can see, the value varies depending on the chest. The diamond chest always has the best skins in it, and they're all good, and there's no such thing as duplicates in this game as far as I know, so it's definitely worth picking it up if you are willing to, if you're one of those people who like to buy these kind of things. Then back to the champions real quick. Yeah, there's the, as you can see, you can buy all the champions and future champions for $30, which you can also get all the gold you've ever spent on champions refunded to you, which can be handy at times if you're willing to drop it. Honestly, I would wait until they have like a sale or something going on, because I feel $30 is a bit much, but believe me, buying this will save you hours of grinding to get enough gold to buy all the characters. But if you're only looking to pick certain champions, then it's not worth it, but even then, it's up to you. Now, one thing you people should know that I didn't know when I first started out, you can refer friends to this game, which I'm pretty sure how it works is you can send a referral to a friend, and if they download Paladins and you start playing together, the longer you play with your friends, you can start unlocking these little rewards here. And as you can see, if you have 15 to 20 hours of time played together, you get a nice chunk of free crystals, and you can also get crystals if you refer 5 friends or more to the game. So if you have friends who are probably interested in playing the game, make sure you refer them. You'll be happy you did. So, that about wraps up what I came here to say for now. You'll figure there's a few other things, but they're relatively easy, like quests. You just do these daily, and then there are special quests which you do on the weekly. Pretty simple. Gifts, pretty self-explanatory, and you know, all that kind of stuff. So I will leave it at that, and I will see you all in the next video. See ya.